to the sweet baby. And the Mercedes Benz goes up to the mid-80s. Well, ladies, I'm sorry, Doc, but I've been crazy.
If there was a college for students of Dr. Dre, Eminem and Snoop Dogg would be its most successful alumni. Dr. Dre helped launch Eminem into the spotlight with the rapper's debut album, the Slim Shady LP. And he produced a major number of songs on Snoop's debut solo album, Doggystyle. These two rappers, alongside Dr. Dre, also collaborated on 2001, Dre's album in 1999. But despite Eminem and Snoop Dogg being teammates in Dr. Dre's elite team, they were really not the best of friends. In fact, it was only after Dr. Dre had a near-death experience that these two rappers squashed this beef. But what really happened between two of hip-hop's finest legends? To answer that question, we had to go back to the beginning.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Eminem's The Marshall Mathers LP in 2000 is considered one of the greatest rap albums of all time. And while it had some of the best solo rap songs ever, its perfect features made it into a masterpiece. One of such features was Bitch Please 2, featuring Dr. Dre, Exhibit, Nate Dogg, and of course, Snoop Dogg.
Want some trouble everywhere that I go. It's the bouncers in the club, 'cause they know.
Bitch Please 2 turned out to be a major success, and fans naturally began hoping for a Bitch Please 3. Right after this album, Eminem and Snoop Dogg were on the Up and Smoke tour together, and fans became even more optimistic about a new collaboration. But somehow, it just never happened. Right after the tour, M and Snoop just kind of stopped working together. And it was kind of confusing because M continued to collaborate with the same group of guys, Dre, Exhibit, and Nate Dogg. For a couple of years, both rappers remained silent and a collaboration hung in the air. However, more than 20 years later, an explanation will appear, just not from any of the rappers. During an interview in 2021, Daz Dillinger, a former record producer at Death Row Records, hinted at why the rappers have been at loggerheads. Daz explained that Snoop had also wanted a feature from Eminem, and he felt like he deserved it because of Bitch Please 2. Snoop took that personally, and Daz thought that that was the reason both rappers never saw eye to eye.
Talking to Snoop one time, he said that he asked Eminem and them to get on his song, like to get on his album, and they told him no. And Snoop felt some type of way, like, I did all this and all that, and they tell me no. And Snoop like, no, nobody tell me no.
But this is only the opinion of one person. And since Snoop or M never commented on this, we could say it's just speculative. In fact, when M made his insane comeback in 2009, releasing Relapse and Recovery, in 2 years, Snoop Dogg was full of praise for the rapper. Also, we should note that the period no feature that Daz talked about coincides with the time Eminem battled with his addiction. And the Detroit rapper did admit that it affected his ability to rap and his relationship with several other rappers. In 2018, after Snoop posted pictures of himself and M in his Detroit studio, we were confident that a collaboration was finally on its way. But 2 years later, everything would suddenly change. In an interview with The Breakfast Club in July 2020, Snoop Dogg takes some sneaky shots at Eminem.
Eminem in a position where he could be labeled as one of the top 10 rappers ever. I don't think so, but the game feels like he's top 10 lyricists and all that comes with it, but that's just because he's with Dr. Dre, and Dr. Dre helped him find.
Snoop Dogg agrees with the fact that M is one of the best MCs, but he says the rapper is never going in hip-hop's top 10. And he ends by saying M's music is one of those he can do without. This was a very controversial take, and for a lot of reasons too. Not only have rap critics, fan polls, record sales, awards, and discography established Eminem as one of the top 10 rappers in hip-hop history, Snoop saying he could do without M's music was dismissive of everything the Detroit rapper did for the game, and trust Eminem to respond to that. In his 2020 Music to Be Murdered By, Side B, he takes direct aim at Snoop on Zeus, even mentioning his name.
Just not in my camp and diplomatic, cause I'm trying to be last thing I need a Snoop dogging me, man dog.
Instantly, the beef was alive. Fans picked sides and we were about to witness a fight between the two giants. After the name dropping, Snoop Dogg stayed pretty quiet for a while, but M explained in an interview with Shade 45 that he was caught off guard by the remark from Snoop.
I never said that. You know what I'm saying? So it's all like everything was good until like it was more like I think it was more about the tone he was using that caught me off guard because I'm like, yo, where is this coming from? I just saw you. Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like it threw me for a loop. Again, I probably could have got past the whole tone and everything, but it was the last statement when he said, as far as music I can live without.
Could this have been the end of the beef? Well, not exactly. Right after this interview, Snoop dropped a response on Instagram saying, "Pray I don't answer that soft-ass shit." But it looked like he changed his mind when he started an Instagram Live where he previewed an unreleased song, a diss song to Eminem. Right at the start of the track, Snoop says, "That nigga better leave me alone," before going on to mention Eminem's albums.
Just in case y'all thought. Well, all right, now. Talk that shit to me. That nigga better leave me alone. Talk to me.
Interestingly, this song never saw the light of day, and just around the same period, in January 2021, Dr. Dre suffered a cerebral aneurysm, a condition which had a direct threat to his life.
While it may seem like Dr. Dre is somewhat young for a bleeding brain aneurysm, the fact is they are most common in adults ages 30 to 60.
Fortunately, Dr. Dre survived and had to be hospitalized for 2 weeks. But while this was a difficult moment for everyone involved, it was also a moment of reflection for Eminem and Snoop Dogg. During a later interview, M reveals that Dr. Dre's near-death experience helped them to see why they shouldn't be feuding. He further explained that they talked it out and were really cool with each other.
You were like, bro, this is stupid. This is stupid as hell to be feuding right now. So I don't remember if I called him or he called me, I can't remember, but.
In an interesting twist, it turned out that Daz's story had a bit of truth to it. M reveals in the same interview that there was some sort of miscommunication between their teams. Snoop expected some sort of favor for making a bitch please, and when that didn't happen, Snoop's camp got really angry.
But yeah, he was looking for you to do something for him, for his record, in
for a long
sort of
time.
return for that.
Snoop Dogg also spoke in a later interview and talked about how much he loved Eminem. He also added that he apologized to him because he believed that his remark was out of pocket.
Eminem, and the thing is that we love hip-hop so much, we competitive, we battle rappers, so that was supposed to trigger that in him. But we brothers and we family, so we learn to appreciate each other for what we do and how we get down, and we had a long conversation about the respect that we have for each other and the way we need to talk in public about each other. And I felt like I was out of pocket.
Ever since the beef got squashed, M and Snoop have collaborated on several occasions. They were both on stage with Mary J. Blige, Kendrick Lamar, and 50 Cent.
It's the one and only D.R.E. Dr. Dre, you little busters. You know I'm riding with the D.O.W.
They also had a collaboration called From the D to the LBC, a song where they both rapped about their hometown and delivered some beautiful acting before a performance of that song.
Yo, hold on. Oh my God, bro. How'd you get that in here?
I got to connect. Slim, don't trip. We good.
Yo, man. I feel like you get me high again, bro.
The rappers have also been seen together on more occasions, leaving us to wonder if the time of Bitch Please 3 is near. A collaborative album might be too much to ask for, but there's no harm in wishing for it. Perhaps that just might happen someday. But until then, we hope these two legends will work on something special together. Which of these two rappers have your respect? And whose side did you take during their feud? Share your thoughts with us in the comment section.